This is lesson 18. We're still doing chords with the right hand, the C and the G7. So that's why we have this warm-up here on page 36 of the Bastien book. So let's do this one first. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, G7, C, 2, 3, 4. C, G7, C, 2, 3, 4. Remember, they put a little arrow there just to remind you that your thumb moves down to the B and then back up to the C. Right now, I'm just having you focus on the book because there's not much to see with my hands that you haven't seen before. Plus, I don't have any camera operators with me right now, so I'm trying it this way, and we'll see how it goes. The next song, Promenade. Promenade is walking along. It's a walking thing. So when you look here, we're walking down the scale. G, F, E, but we skip the D. C. G, F, E, well, no D again, C. So it's the scale with no D's. Then we look at the next line. It's the same thing. The scale's going down, but there's no D's. We look at the last line. Same thing. Scale going down, no D's. So the first two measures of the first, second, and fourth lines are the same. The chord changes are different. So in the first line, we have two C's. C, C, G7, half rest. And then we look at the next line, the chord changes are different. We have C, then G7, back to C. Let's do that together. 2, 3, 4. C, G7, C, half rest. Then we get to the bottom one. We have C, G7, just like we had here. In the last measure, the chord changes even more. We have just a C with the right hand, and then we do the C chord with the left hand. That's the first time on this page that we're going to use the left hand for a chord. So let's do this last two measures. Ready? Go. Ready? Go. C, G7, C, C chord. Let's go through each one. Here on the first line, last two measures. 1, 2, ready, go. C, C, G7, half rest. Next line, ready, go. C, G7, C, half rest. The last line, ready, go. C, G7, C, C chord. All right, so now let's do the first two measures, going down the scale without the D's. And we're going to say the notes as we play them. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, F, E, C, G, F, E, C. So you're going to practice that a couple times. So once you've learned that, well, then you don't need to learn it again there. And you don't need to learn it again there. So let's do this. We're going to do the first line, second line, last line. 1, 2, 3, go. G, F, E, C, G, F, E, C, C chord, G7, half rest, second line. G, F, E, C, G, F, E, C, C chord, G7, C, half rest. Skip down to the last line. Ready? Go. G, F, E, C, G, F, E, C, C chord, G7 chord, C, C chord. So we've got 3/4 of the song figured out. And you're going to practice each one of these lines. Now let's look at the third line. This is the one that's different. So right here we're moving down the scale. Oh, finally we get to play a D. G, F, E, D. Then back, do it up again. G, F, E, D. Now we're going to want to go down to a C. That's the natural thing to do. To finish it off. G, F, E, D. but we have to be careful to go back up to an E. So we started going down the scale, then we started going up the scale, but then we have to go down a step again before we can go all the way back up. So if you look at this, it goes down, up a little, down, and all the way up. So it kind of looks like a W. Sometimes, seeing what it looks like, comparing it to something else helps. So here we go. And this is the left hand, bass clef. Say it and play it. 1, 2, 3, go. G, F, E, D, G, F, E, D, E, D, E, F, G. Do that again. Ready? Go. G, F, E, D, G, F, E, D, E, D, E, F, G. So see how it feels like you should go down to the C before going up? So we have to concentrate there. Now we're going to add this G7 chord here. Here we go. Now both hands. 1, 2, ready, go. G, F, E, D, G, F, E, D, E, D, E, F, G, G7. And then we go on. All right, we're going to play the whole thing now. And I'm not going to say the names of the notes or the chords this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, that's good.